Mostly unskilled.
Right.
Mostly unskilled. Because we do have skill. Of course, we also have veteran and all that, but it's another story. But mostly unskilled. They are in plantation, they are in manufacturing, they're also in the construction. So the point is, if we do not have a clear policy of issuing permit or license to bring workers into this country, then we can go on like this. And then you can, the point that I was talking just now, you, in one hand you said you want to reduce it, the government wants to reduce it by more than 20%, I think, a year. Now by extending to 5 years, are we saying that this is going to be reduced? That's why I'm not quite clear on this.
Okay.
I'm rather puzzled.
It's a contradicting.
In one hand we're saying this, on the other hand we say they extended it. Which one is the right policy that we're talking about? Okay, let public understand what they're talking about, number one. Secondly, the government must engage with stakeholders. For instance, like MTUC represent workers in this country, the single largest body in this country. We ought to be consulted. We want to know what's your policy. Okay, you want to go for 5 years. Why do you want to go for 5 years? And for what reason? Which sector? What they are saying that not the frontliners. Fine, but we want to find out what do you mean not frontliners? You know. So all this need to be discussed and debated before it come up with a policy, because the policy is going to affect the workers. Once they affect the workers, they're affecting all of us.
What about, there has been a lot of mixed reactions with regards to the ban imposed on Indonesian maids. And what would be your suggestion on a viable solutions for both countries?
Yeah, I think not long ago, we had one experience where there was a policy by the government, I think in fact by at that time was Datuk Najib was the one who made this policy of sending back Indonesian workers, you know, and then sending them back. But you have a situation that create chaotic situation in this country, whereby a lot of people complain that nobody wants to take care of their babies and their children and all that. They have to bring their parents from villages, you know, to look after their children and all that, which means it can create unnecessary problem also. In other words, that we cannot deny of the and the service rendered by the maid to the Malaysian families, and therefore we have to recognize this. More importantly is that there must be a clear understanding between both the government of sending and receiving countries, number one. Secondly, between the employer and the employee. These are the things that we need to do. Meaning that the government of receiving country must lay out what are the things that you need to do. Same also goes to the sending countries. So that at least they must have some understanding at that level. And then when we come to the what we call that, employees and the employer, then you say that you have to follow this. You have to follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or whatever. This is what you have to follow. If you breach, then you are going to be penalized. Both. You know. For instance, people complain that the maid are not following or rather breaching the contract model. And we must have a proper way of handling it, not by victimizing the maid by, you know, whacking her and pour hot water on her face. No, that is too much. That is inhuman. and you can also agree to whip her and all that. I mean, I don't agree with that. That is inhuman. But there must be certain kind of penalty that will stop others from unnecessarily breach the contract. This is my point. When of course you have to go through certain process. That okay, you want to have a good maid, then you must be prepared to pay. You can expect you want a good maid, a good worker, but you're only paying say like 300 ringgit, 400 ringgit, and all that. That's ridiculous. You must have okay, I'm prepared to pay 1,200 ringgit, but I want this standard. That's fine. Then you screen, you interview, and this is the condition. And I'm going to give you the minimum standard I provided for, as per the law, for instance. I will give you 1 day rest day a week, maybe not necessarily on Sunday, maybe some other day and all that. I'll give you the work might be for a certain period of time. You can have a break time from this time to this time. All that had to be stipulated. But beyond that, if the maid were to say, no, forget about that. I'm here, I want to work with you, I want to serve you, and I'm happy to. That's another story. That is relationship between the employer and the employee. But there must be certain
regulations,
yes,
basic regulations.
There must be. Otherwise, I mean, just like why is that so different from others? They're like us. We work, we punch our card at certain point, time, and then we punch out at certain time. For us, we can have that. Even for the employer, work, that employer of the maid, work somewhere, he follow that rule. When he come back to the house, he become an employer, he's a different person.
Yeah.
That can be.
Yeah, right. So, how do we actually ensure the rights of foreign workers in Malaysia are actually being protected? Do we have any
As I mentioned that, first, there must be a clear policy between the sending and receiving countries.
Right.
There must be some kind of understanding or some protocol between both, number one. Secondly, they must also be given information about their right. Your right is just like others, that so long as you are not treated fairly by your employer, these are your rights. If you say that they don't pay you salary, they force you to work overtime without payment, and that is what you need to know your right. And you can also exercise your right. It's like any other workers. Third, it's an understanding between the organization of the workers, like the Federation of Trade Union or Congress of Trade Union in the sending countries. Like we have understanding with General Federation of Union of Nepal. We have some understanding with our colleague in Indonesia, for instance. So this is how we are communicating and trying to disseminate information. Yeah, and also of course we have our desk where people can come and place their complaint.
So foreign workers can come to MTUs?
Yeah, they can. They can come.
Okay. That is all the questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.